Everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it is your first time visiting with us. Today, we're going to talk about Colorado ski passes and why you should maybe think about getting one. All right, everybody, so like I said, today we're going to talk about getting a ski pass if you live or are visiting for an extended period of time here in Colorado. And let me just remind everybody, if you haven't watched many of our videos before, we're all about everything Colorado Springs, Pikes Peak area, and a lot about the rest of the state of Colorado as well. So where to eat, work, live, play, things to do, whatever it might be. We just want to make sure that anybody that's moving to our great state or thinking about a long trip out here has all the information, have a great time when they come out this way. And let me also remind everybody, we are licensed real estate brokers in the state of Colorado. So as much as we love to make videos for you, we also love to help you with your housing needs. So again, if you're headed out this way and you need any assistance, please take the time, reach out to us, call, text, email, whatever we can do to help out. That's what we're here for. And hey, if this is good information for you, good content, take the time, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell down below so you get all the notifications. We're posting new content at least 2 times every week, just so you guys, again, have all the information about our area. All right, so ski passes. This is a little bit, I won't say off topic, because we talk about everything Colorado and things to do and all that stuff.
It's part of the play section of where to live, work, eat, play.
That's right, where to eat, work, live, and play. So ski passes, you know, it's that time of year. If you're in Colorado and you ski much at all, you probably already have your ski pass because you got the early bird discount. But if you're maybe moving to this area, or you're thinking about moving to Colorado because you love mountain activities and you want to do some skiing, ski passes are a big hot topic this time of year. So we're just going to kind of chat through real quick some of the basics. So there's 2 main ski passes when we talk about a pass. There's now each resort will have their season pass, or maybe like a 4-pack where it's 4 different days. But when we say ski passes, we're talking about a season-long pass. Yeah. And the 2 main reasons to think about getting a ski pass, the number one I think is because you know how much it is to go ski for a day right now? 1-day lift ticket.
Where at?
Just pick a resort. One of the major resorts.
If we're talking about one of the major resorts, I gotta guess $150.
Yeah, up to $150. Yeah. Like kiddos, maybe like $80. So when we're talking about like with the major resorts, we're talking about like Vail, Aspen Snowmass, Breckenridge, Keystone, Winter Park, or Copper. Yeah, like those areas are Steamboat. Yeah. So when we talk about the big resort areas, I mean, 1 day. Yeah. You take a family of 4, that gets expensive really, really fast.
And you're not even talking about like if you're going to stay there and like all that stuff.
Lodging is just a whole other, we'll do a whole other video on that. But
you know, $600 a day there for a family of 4. And
yeah, you're probably at least $500 just because, you know, like I said, kids passes might be a little bit less, but you didn't buy any food yet or anything like that. So daily ski passes are very expensive. Now, if you're coming out for a ski vacation, then like I said, you can get some like long weekend passes at whatever resort you're going to be at. Yeah. But if you're going to be here for an extended period of time, or if you're moving to the area and you know you like to ski passes, just the financial aspect of it. We're going to talk about the pricing here in a second, and I'll kind of compare and contrast, and you'll see why it might make a lot of sense. Yeah. And another big thing is discounts. So most passes, whenever you get the pass, you get lift tickets, but also you'll get discounts on food, you know, gear, rentals, exactly, yeah. And I don't know when the last time you ate at a ski resort in the winter was, but
it ain't cheap.
It
was last winter, and it wasn't cheap.
Unless you're thinking $25 for some fries with some cheese sauce is cheap. I don't know. It has gotten pretty crazy expensive. I mean, skiing and snowboarding is a blast, so it's still worth it, I think. Yeah. It's all relative, but
unless you're like stuffing your clothes with some food or something.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, you got bagels in your pockets of your jacket. Yeah.
You want food when you're up there, man.
Right, yeah.
You ski like even after like, you know, maybe 10 runs or something like that. I'm like, dude, I am hungry.
Oh yeah.
I'm worn out. I need food.
Definitely. 100%. Yeah. So just the fact that a daily lift ticket is so expensive, and then because you do get some extra discounts associated with the pass, I think they make a lot of sense. So there's 2 main passes here in Colorado. Again, now each resort might have their individual pass, but the Icon Pass and the Epic Pass, those are the 2 main ones. So they're very, very similar. They just cover different areas. So that's really what it is there's, you know, certain areas or certain resorts that have got together and they have a pass that covers all of their resorts. and then there's other resorts that got together over here, and they have a pass that covers all theirs.
Yeah.
But the Icon Pass, we'll talk about that one first. And I'm just going to mention the areas in Colorado because these passes are good for not just in the U.S., but I mean,
yeah. I was blown away by this. So I've never really invested in a ski pass, and I say investment for a reason because after doing some more of the research on it, like for years and years and years, I've only done a day pass with a rental because most of the time when I go, it's a small resort and it's further away.
Okay, yeah.
It's not really worth it to go buy a pass there for me. So a lot of times it's DMR down in Durango, Durango Mountain Resort, or Telluride Ski.
Yeah.
Probably 3-4 hours away right there too. So I've never invested in a pass, but this Icon Pass kind of blew me away with what's included in this thing. And you're talking about how much for this pass?
I mean, $1,200 is the kind of the full blown no blackout dates at all Icon Pass, and it's in Colorado. It's going to be Aspen Snowmass, which is, I mean, we all think of Colorado skiing, we probably think of Aspen, right?
Yeah.
Winter Park, which is in Grand County, so northern Colorado, a little bit north.
Yeah.
Copper Mountain, which is right off I-70, so super convenient access. Steamboat up in the northwest part of the state.
Yeah.
And then A Basin, Arapahoe Basin, we call it A Basin, which is in Summit County, so kind of right next to Keystone, Breckenridge area.
Yeah.
So those are the parks or the resorts in Colorado that the Icon Pass covers. But it covers, if you're a really avid skier, snowboarder, it covers a ton of different places, honestly, all the way across the country and around the world. But, I mean, you can ski in Utah, Montana, California, different resorts, of course. You can ski. There's actually some ski resorts in the Midwest. And the Northeast, there's some ski resorts. And then, I mean, the Icon Pass covers Chamonix and France and Zermatt and Switzerland. So if you really, really like to ski, you can definitely get your money's worth out of it. Some of those international resorts are just, I think it's like 7 days per season or something like that, but most of us probably aren't skiing more than that anyway at those places. So, so $1,200 for the Icon Pass. It covers those places in Colorado. You can get a less expensive Icon Pass. I think it's about $850, $870. And that does have blackout dates. So it's essentially like no holidays, roughly. Yeah. And there's some other blackout dates in there. But you're not going to be able to go ski on Martin Luther King weekend or something like that in January. Like that's going to be blacked out. But again, if you're a local person and you want, especially, man, if you have the flexibility, maybe you work from home or like your schedule's just flexible and you can go up during the week, that's when a pass makes a ton of sense because you can go up and ski for, maybe like Wednesday, Thursday, and then come back and work the weekend. You don't have to fight the crowds. You can get a ton of runs in. Yeah. So if you're looking into Colorado, you're kind of thinking about different resorts, and you really think you might like some of those, like I said, Aspen, Winter Park, and A Basin, and Copper Mountain are probably, I would say, the most popular ones on that list.
When you're kind of talking like end of November into December sometimes through like March, early April.
Yeah.
So
like 4 months? Yeah, solid 4 months.
Like roughly like 16 weeks right there.
Yeah.
If you're going to go ski as an individual, 10 or 12 times, that pass is worth it.
Yeah.
All day.
I was kind of say like 10's the number. If you're going to ski 10 days, get a pass.
Yeah.
It's definitely, you're going to save money.
Yeah.
And I know for the Icon Pass, they do it's a 20% discount on rentals. Not all food, but a lot of food at those different resorts. If you want to go through maybe some lessons, maybe you haven't really skied very much or snowboard, or maybe you haven't done it for a long time, the discount includes lessons too. So
nice.
I think it can make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then the other pass, and what you'll find out is that really the two passes kind of comes down to where you like to ski.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, because the passes are very, very similar. The other one that I think is probably a little bit more popular, and I don't want to say better, but I think has some benefit for being, if you're on the Colorado Front Range, is the Epic Pass.
Yeah.
So the Epic Pass, very, very similar, and it covers Vail, Beaver Creek, which are kind of together a little bit. They do connect. Vail, Beaver Creek, Breckenridge, Keystone, and Crest Butte.
Yeah.
And the reason I say I think this one makes a lot of sense if you're on the Front Range is because it has Breckenridge and Keystone, which are the two closest major ski resorts to the Colorado Front Range. You just go right up I-70 to Summit County, go right through the Eisenhower Tunnel, down the other side, and you're right in Breckenridge, and then Keystone is kind of like just right over the hill from it, basically.
Yeah.
So I think that pass makes a lot of sense for people that are on the Front Range. If those are areas that you like to ski in, or maybe if you've done a little bit of research, those are areas that sound good to you. The Epic Pass can make a lot of sense, and it's less expensive too. It's about a little less than $900. I think it's probably about $880 right now. If you wait till the end of October, I think it goes up to about $1,000.
Yeah.
But $880. That's with no blackout dates. If you do the pass that does have where holidays are blacked out, it's like right now I think it's about $650.
Yeah.
So now you're talking like you go 6 days,
Yeah.
5 or 6 days, and you've covered your costs. So
yeah, absolutely. And if you're one of those people that's super avid, like I know of some people who will just do both passes because they know they're going to go ski 30 days out of the year.
Right. Yeah.
And there are some times where they start making snow early, or they make snow late, or we get some of those late snowstorms.
Those late storms, yeah.
Those are the people that'll, take off at the drop of a hat, put in that PTO request and take off, So if you're super avid, it might be worth considering both, because that's going to cover so much of the state right there. But that Epic Pass is cool. Like you said, it's super convenient access for Front Range people, and even kind of includes one a little bit further south of kind of the most popular ski resorts with Crested Butte there. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, Crested Butte is, I think it kind of gets overlooked a lot. It's north, so Crested Butte's north of Gunnison. It's a beautiful area. It's actually, if you look at a map, Crested Butte is just south of Aspen. It's over I can't think what the name of the range is, but that's my annotation for over the range. It's
not
right
the
there.
Swatch range, right?
No,
I don't know.
We don't know what it is. It's a mountain range. It's in Colorado.
Yeah.
But it has kind of that similar type of terrain. So but Crested Butte gets overlooked. And especially from Colorado Springs, that's still probably 3.5 hours, I guess, probably.
You think so?
3?
3 maybe?
2 to Gunnison, probably. A little over 2 hours to Gunnison. And then you got to go north a little ways.
Yeah, I'd say maybe 3.
3 hours, okay.
Yeah.
So 3 hours.
Something
so
like
if you're in the Colorado Springs, Pikes Peak area, the closest ones are going to be Breckenridge, Keystone, Arapahoe Basin. Those are going to be the 3 closest. Copper Mountain is just a little bit farther up I-70. It's kind of right there by Breckenridge as well, maybe like another 10 minutes. So those are going to be the closest ones to the Colorado Front Range, Colorado Springs area. So long story short, hey, passes are a big topic this time of year. Prices do go up, so the sooner you buy it, the less expensive it is.
Yeah.
If you're coming to Colorado, maybe you're going to be moving here, and you think, man, I'd love to ski. I just haven't done it for a little while. Whatever the case may be, definitely look into a pass, because if you're over that 6 days a year, definitely over 10 days a year that you're going to be skiing, it's definitely going to cover your cost 100%. And there's a ton of other little resorts. We won't talk about them right now a whole bunch because we want to tell you about passes, but there's a ton of other resorts across Colorado outside of these passes that have, like their own individual either lift ticket packs, maybe like 4 or 5, or even their own season pass. Like there's Monarch, there's Loveland, there's Eldora, there's a ton of different, you mentioned Durango. There's a ton of different ski areas that are smaller ones across the state that are great as well. So anyway, that's a little bit about ski passes. It's that time of year, so we're thinking about it. It's on our mind. So if you guys have any questions about that, even if you just have questions, hey, what do I do in the mountains in the wintertime? Definitely reach out. Call, text, email, hit us up in the comments. We'll make sure you guys get all the info. We'll talk soon.